Hello, Shaky here, and we are back in Big Ambitions. I hope you're doing well today. We are going to work on creating a factory today, but first we are in a rivalry with Jessica right now. She is trying to shut down our book business by making demand drop because she has opened like 5 bookstores. So we're trying to weather that storm right now. We have plenty of money coming in, so I think we should be fine. Let's keep an eye on that. But we're going to work on the factory. So we can look at her businesses right now, and she's basically got a lot of money in clothing. So she has this one down here at the bottom making 133,000, and then she has another one up top here making like 113 or something like that. Yeah, 112,000 clothing store. So she is selling modern clothing in there. We are not able to make modern clothing without a factory, so we are going to try to get that going today. Several things we have to do to make that happen. First thing we have to do is find a warehouse to do this in. There's a whole bunch of warehouses over here, but these warehouses here don't have the greatest layout. We can look at them in their picture here, but they have truck bays in the middle, so it's not really good for making a factory and conveyor belts. But if we go down to Industry City over here, they have quite a few factories that have pretty decent layouts. We're going to start with a small one just to see how it goes. So this one right here is actually 1,292 meters, and we can open it up. It is only $365, so that's not terrible. And it's got 2 truck bays, and it's got all this room for a nice little factory. So I think we could probably fit our factory in here. I don't know how much room they take up, but we're going to find out. So let's go ahead and rent that building. Let's start a new business. Let's call it a warehouse, and we'll just call it a closed warehouse for now, so we can find it easily. Start that business. And then we're actually going to grab an apartment over here as well, because if we're over here working, I don't have to drive all the way across this bridge to go back and take a nap and then come back over here. So we're going to grab this building right here. Open that in BizMan. You can check it out. It's got a nice little apartment in here. This is only $115 and $3,900 down, so we're going to rent that one as well. That's our second apartment. Nice. And we're currently waiting on our headhunter right now. He is trying to recruit a purchasing agent for us. Purchasing agent, he's looking for 8 of them right now, so as soon as he gets that done, we will head down to this section right here. These 3 warehouses right here, we can make an agreement with them, and they will import the stuff we need. Okay, while we're waiting for the headhunter to be recruited, we are going to, not the headhunter, the purchasing agent, we're going to head down to ICA and just get some furniture for our new apartment so that we can sleep there. All right, here's ICA. See if we can find a parking spot. Grab a cart, and we will head in. So what do we need here? We need a bed, king size bed, why not? Actually a treadmill, let's grab the treadmill instead. So there's a bed, a fridge, and something to exercise on. That should be good enough for now. We'll check out, throw this in the car. Let's see if we have any candidates yet. Purchasing agent, looks like we have one here, 38%. I wonder if they're a higher percent if they get a better deal at the warehouse. Let's find out. Let's do a quick experiment. Let's hire this guy. We'll assign him to Shaky. Hire him. Get him on the schedule real quick. Throw him down here is fine. So let's go over to the dock here and see. And then we're going to unassign him and train him and then do the contract again. Alright, so it is right here, I believe. Check the map real quick. I think we want this middle one here. Maritime Freight Line. Yeah, they have fabric expenses. That's what we want. Let's go talk to them. Do new partnership. Let's hire Melvin here. Let's accept that one. Open it in BizMan, and we can see, let's see what he charges for $7.60 for expensive fabric. So we're going to unassign him, train him up, and see, and then redo this contract and see if he gets a better price than $7.60 for the fabric. So I removed his contract. Let's just go to the employees here and unassign him. Here's Melvin here. Let's unassign him from the thing, and let's go ahead and train him up a little bit, and we'll see if he gets a better price. All right, we're going to head over to our new apartment and drop off the furniture, which is way down this bridge here. So I will meet you on the other side, and we'll park in our apartment here and then check out our factory. All right, we got to find a new apartment here. I believe it's right over here. This is the parking lot for it right here. Nice. Of course, how do we get in though? Not very convenient. Alright, so let's put the bed down. I think this looks like a good bedroom over here. Huge bedroom. I think we'll do the kitchen. Do the kitchen here, like over here maybe. I guess there's too many windows here. I think let's do this one over here. Fridge for now, right here. And we'll put a stove down. And next up, we're going to head over to the factory supply store so we can get a contract going for that. We'll get there in time. Alright, so this is the factory supply store. Let's see if we can get in there before they close. Nice, so this is where we can buy all the factory equipment. Some of it is quite pricey. This is $10,000. We need several of these input stations. So we'll figure it out as we go. I've never done this before, so let's go talk to the manager so we can get the phone deliveries. But yeah, so I think what we need is like some laser cutting machine, which is this thing right here, $280,000. That is almost $300,000. We only have $234,000 in our bank, but if we check, I do have some savings built up here. I have $2.5 million in my investment account, so we can pull it out and use that to build our factory. Okay, this place is impossible to park at. You gotta park here and walk all the way over here. It's not great. We're gonna go over here and just rent another apartment. This is only $30 a day. It's pretty small. It's just like our other apartment, but we're just gonna do it for now. That's our third apartment. We'll just move our stuff over here. Okay, here's our new apartment down here. Nice little entrance here. I like it. We can park on the street. Let's actually grab the stuff out of the car. Alright, here's our new apartment. We can run in here. It's kind of small. It works for us though. We are not looking at for anything big right now. Basically identical to our other apartment, so let's get out of here. Alright, so if we look at the expensive clothing here, this is the recipe for it. It needs fabric expensive, and I guess we put it in a laser cutting machine and it makes cut fabric. And then we put the cut fabric into an industrial sewing machine and it will make modern expensive clothing. And we'll also have classic expensive, modern expensive, both female and male. So there's 4 different types. We're going to start with 2, I think, just to see how it goes. So we're going to get like a laser cutting machine into 2 industrial sewing machines and some input and output stations. So let's set up a delivery for that. Factory Supply Depot. So let's call them. Let's do clothes warehouse. Let's do Tuesday at 2 o'clock. That's fine. Let's add some items. So we're going to want the laser cutting machine. That is $280,000. We need an output station. Some pallet shelves. We'll probably do, I don't know, 4 of those, I guess. What else do we need? We need an industrial sewing machine. We need 2 of these. That's $100,000. And I think we need some input stations. I think we'll just do 1 of these for now. So that is $410,000. We only have $453,000, so I guess we're good. We can leave our money in the bank for now. But we're probably going to have to pull our money in the bank pretty soon here. I forgot, we also need conveyor belts, so I don't know how many we need. We're going to do maybe 10 of these. Probably need more than that. We'll do 12. I guess we'll do 1 splitter for now. That should be good. Go ahead and order that. That's $457,000. We only have $453,000. Let's call the bank. Actually, we can just go to Econoview here. I guess we have to order payout. We have to take all of it out. I don't know how we can get just part of it out. Yeah, I guess let's order it. Let's confirm it. We're now $2.9 million. We'll just leave that in the bank until we get to Sunday, and we will put it back in the bank before Monday. Let's head up to the warehouse. I think it's just right here. This is our warehouse here. Yeah. Let's pull in here. Let's see what we got here. We have an input station right here. This is how we input stuff into the factory. I believe this requires a worker, so we'll have to hire some factory workers. And we're probably going to need some conveyor belts. We'll put just 1 or 2 down for now. This is going to go into the laser cutting machine right here. And we're going to split that out. Do we buy a splitter? We didn't buy a splitter. So we need to buy a splitter. And then we will put that into 2 sewing machines. 1 there. 1 here. And I guess we're going to need 2 output stations as well. So we're going to need another output station. We have a splitter right here. Nice. Like this will come out and be split. Put that there. So we'll grab our splitter here. Move this all up 1 so it's inside the grid. And then this is going to go right here, like so. Like we need to set this like, I think you basically come up here and we set this to be fabric. We just want fabric expensive here, right there, that's good. So I'll input fabric expensive onto here. I don't know what rate these go at, we'll have to see as we work on it if we can figure out what the ratios are. This will make cut fabric. So we're gonna need 2 of these because we need one for classic, one for modern. That's crazy. Let's do modern. And then this will be modern expensive female, and this one will be modern expensive male. I said we just gotta put the pallet shelves on. That should be, I think that's all there is to it. I'm sure there's more to it. We just gotta get it figured out. Let's get the pallet shelves down. Alright, so if we hover over the machines, it tells you how fast they are. This is 10 minutes to produce one fabric expensive, so I believe 10 minutes in game time is 10 seconds. Still pretty slow though. So this is basically a 6 per hour, and these require 15 minutes to produce, so these are only 4 per hour. We're going to just leave it as one machine right now to see how much it produces, to see if it keeps up with demand for now. So what we could do is like put 3 of these on a line, and that would power 4 of these machines, roughly. It'd be a little, not perfect ratio, but we're just going to leave it as one of each unit for now and see if it keeps up with demand. If we need to increase this, we will. Alright, so I've been hiring a whole bunch of candidates, or recruiting a whole bunch of candidates. We can sort them here and see what we got. So we have a whole bunch of lawyers down here. I think I got 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 lawyers. We can just throw those right in the law firm as chicken and chicken. That's good there. And then we can have, I think we have some graphic designers. Graphic tablet. That's fine. Let's hire 4 of these guys into the drawings are cool. Confirm that. Let's go to Headhunters here and let's change the purchasing agent guy. Let's have him stop recruiting and let's have him find factory workers. Factory worker, and we'll just do 0%, that should be fine. We'll do full-time, part-time, no part-time ones, and we'll start recruiting for that. We'll do 8 candidates is probably fine. Alright, so I was looking at this a little bit more. We have these making 6 per hour, so if we had 2 of these, they would make 12 per hour. These use up 4 per hour, so we could have 3 of these machines down here, and they would generate, basically if we had a set of workers making an 8-hour shift, they would make 96 of these clothing units per 8-hour shift. So, but that would require 2 of these and 3 of these. So that setup alone is probably close to $1 million. So very expensive to do it. I've changed these just to make one type of clothing so that we can just concentrate on getting one type of clothing in stock. But if we look at like our existing clothing store here, we can check out inventory prices. We're selling about 500 a week. So that 100 a day would actually be enough to probably supply one store here. So, but in order to do 4 pieces of clothing, we would need 4 of these setups, which would be close to $4 million. Plus, it would be a lot of workers. So we're gonna get there. It is Wednesday. We don't have our delivery of fabric until Monday here. So I will probably order some extra buildings or machines for here, and we'll get that set up for Monday. The other thing we can do is look at Jessica's businesses here and see where we can kind of get her down even further. So like we can sort her to a business type here, and like looking at her fast food stores here, she's making $54,000 a week here. We're making about $12,000 a day at ours, so we're making roughly the same amount of money. But we can look at hers here and see like, so she's open from 10 a.m. till 2 a.m. So that's a lot more hours than we are. We're only open 9 to 9. So maybe we should look at extending our hours so that we can get some of the demand down from her. We can also take a look at what she's selling here. She's selling ice cream, which we are not. So maybe we should add ice cream to our thing. It sells for $16. So that's pretty good. We could probably make a decent chunk of cash on that. And we could like check the Market Insider here. Go to Hell's Kitchen, sort it by product, and we go down to ice cream here. So here's ice cream. 43% demand is being sold in 4 businesses. I know that all 4 businesses are Jessica's. She's selling 2 at her fast food joint, 1 at a coffee shop, and 1 at a supermarket. So all 4 businesses are for her. So this entire demand is going to her. So we definitely want to start selling ice cream at our store to start trying to cut into that demand. We get a piece of the pie there, and then we can like look at her hours and look at our store. So if we click on this here, we can see at 9 o'clock our sales are really good, and at 10 a.m. our sales tank, but that's because her store opens at 10. So all of a sudden she's 3 or 4 more stores open. So that's why demand decreases for us, because it's being spread out across 4 stores. So maybe we should look at like opening for breakfast from 6 to 9, see how we do there, and then maybe probably open later too, because like we're having pretty good sales here, and then we close. So maybe we should look at opening a couple more hours here. But in order to do that, we're going to have to add more employees to the schedule. So I'm probably going to work on that for the next couple days here while I'm waiting for that fabric to be delivered to the warehouse. All right, so we got some candidates here for customer service. We're going to need a cleaner and customer service if we're going to extend the hours at Bottom Dog. So I think we'll buy this one, and we'll get they don't have any demand, so that's pretty good. They're both full-time. Like, he wants 5 days a week. I'm not a fan of that. I'm kind of doing the 7-day-a-week thing, so let's hire these two. Hire an assigned candidate. Let's send bottom dog. So we'll confirm that to bottom dog. And then we need a cleaner. 18% is pretty good. We'll give this one a try. Bottom dog, hire her. Then we'll go over to the bizman here, and let's check out the schedule. So like right now, I think I'll just manage this. We could always do the autofill, but I don't see any reason to do that. So let's try opening until midnight. See how sales go there, and let's try opening for breakfast. That'd be 6, 7, 8. And we can kind of like move these guys around. Like, we can make sure they don't have like no night shifts, that's fine. She just has peaceful and clean work environment, that's good. And we can just jump this guy over to here. Probably extend him to 7 hours, I think. And I don't know if we want to be open at 1 to 2 or not. Let's just add this guy. Let's do Hillary here, and we'll do Thomas here. That's going to be 8 times 4. It's 32 hours. That's probably not enough hours for them. We can wait and see, I guess. Probably need another cleaner in here. He has 28 hours per week. He's maxed out, and he's maxed out. So maybe we get rid of James here, and we do like another full-time cleaner. Let's do that. Let's add a full-time, 0 hours, full-time. This is Virginia. It's pretty good. I think we can just copy the schedule to every day now. It still doesn't give them enough hours. 28 hours, they need 30, so we can knock this guy back down to 6. Make them be 5. Let's try that. And everybody's happy, so that's good there. I'm gonna head back over to the other side of town, and we will get the ice cream for the restaurant. Let's run into Square Appliances here, see if they have the ice cream freezer. It's just an industrial freezer. Let's check the help situation here. Ice cream counter is here. That can handle 30 people. That's pretty good. Yep. We'll probably run to the distributor here, grab some ice cream, and then we will meet over at Bottom Dog and get this installed. Let's head into Bottom Dog here. Getting a little crowded back here. Probably by the ice cream counter here, maybe. See how big it is. That looks okay. Let's price it out real quick. So ice cream here. Selling for $16.38. Let's do $16.25. Okay, let's put this on a shelf. And I guess we'll just... Okay, it's now Friday. We've trained our purchasing agent up a little bit, so let's have him call and see. Like, he is right here. He's at 76%. I don't remember what he was at before, but it definitely wasn't 76%. So let's call the thing and see if we can get a better deal. Maritime Freight Line. They say we don't have one seated and ready to handle the thing. Oh, that's because he's not assigned. Let's go back to here. Let's assign him real quick. Melvin. Assign him to Shaky. Manage a schedule, and we'll just throw him in a chair here. There we go. That should be good. New partnership. Let's select Melvin here. Let's accept that. Let's open that in Bizman. And let's see what he wants for the fabric expensive. So it did go down a little bit. I don't know if that's just by chance, but it's $6.80. It was $7.60 before. So it did go down $1. That's pretty awesome. So maybe we should train these guys up to 100%, and like all these guys are 100% already. Maybe I should cancel their contract and redo it and see, or does it update as we go? I don't know. I'll try it on one of these later, but something to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and order, like, I don't know. Let's order 500. Let's order 700. It's only $5,000, so we might as well order like 1,000, maybe 1,500. That will go to the clothes warehouse. Nice, and we'll just do smart delivery and repeating, and we'll order that. Another thing we can check out is Bottom Dog. We can check how my schedule adjustment did. So if we go to EconoView here, we made $20,000. That's pretty good compared to like we weren't really making 13 or 15. So it definitely helped. And we can check the schedule. So like opening for breakfast did very well. We got 20-some people, 24 people. But like we were open these 2 hours here and we didn't have anybody, so maybe we should open at 5 and close at 11. You know, we could work on doing that, but I'll let it go for another day and see what happens there. Okay, so I think we're just going to skip forward to Monday when we have the close delivery so we can see how the factory's working out. I think we're going to try this real quick. We're going to delete this contract. He is now at 100%. He was not at 100% when he signed this contract. So we're going to see, like, we can check if it's like flowers expensive for $451 each. So we can delete this contract and see if that goes down. 378 and 583. So let's go check this, just delete this contract, confirm that, and then we will go back to it. That was, I think, Seaside. Give them a call. Seaside International, call them. New partnership. Select Michael. Accept that. Open it in Bizman here. We got to reset these numbers up. I wrote them down so that I could easily remember them. Let's go down to flowers expensive are $4.51, and they were $4.51 before. So it looks like the price goes down as he goes up. We don't have to cancel the contract. So let me get this reset back up here. Let's get our factory employees lined up for tomorrow. We open the factory tomorrow. So we're gonna go to candidates here, sort by primary skill, and I think we have some factory workers down here. I think we're just gonna grab like the first 4 here. I don't know if percentage matters or not, if they work faster or something. We're gonna try the first 4, and then we're gonna send them to clothes warehouse, confirm that. And we'll grab a delivery driver too, just so we can start training him up. So that's the highest one. We have 39%. Let's grab this guy and hire him for the clothes warehouse. That should be fine. Go to the HR manager. We'll just grab this guy here, 52%, and assign everybody to him. Nice, and we'll just go up to 100%. That's fine. All right, so we should be good to go for tomorrow. I think we have everybody hired. We got the delivery driver. We'll have to buy a truck tomorrow to deliver the clothes to the stores, but I think we're good to go. Let's sleep it off and check it out tomorrow. We'll sleep for 20 hours. Well rested. What's it all about? So we're selling out of stuff, so we got to up our quantity on that stuff. Let's head over to the factory. I brought my Hansa Mimic over here, so I can just take the subway back and forth, so I don't have to drive across the bridge. And that way I have a car over here. You broken down or something? We'll take a look at the factory. I kind of revised it a little bit. I have 2 of these guys coming in. No recipe selected. We got to select a recipe for this. This is going to be cut fabric, modern, expensive. And then, so these 2 go down here. And hopefully, I don't know, we'll see if this belt fills up here. So we forgot to add them to our schedule. So let's go to BizMan real quick and grab the schedule here. Close warehouse schedule. And let's just do auto fill entire schedule is fine. Looks good there. Looks like we're open 6 days a week. That should be fine. 48 hours. Close that. There's all our workers. Let's see. So he's got to walk all the way over there. So maybe we should move those shelves closer. So they're going down the machines now. Take 10 minutes. So they're pretty slow. What we have to do is see if this backs up here. Does it spit the rest of them out this way? Or does it stay backed up because this is backed up? Looks like he's loading it up, so that's pretty nice. Alright, everything looks pretty good. It looks like it's operating as it should. We're making close to, we can check it. Slowly updating the numbers, but we can, I'll give you some stats here. You can click on the factory here and it shows you like they're making, like this guy here is making 4.2 every hour. Basically he's consuming 4.2 every hour, so I don't know why this says 0, but yeah, it looks like it's going okay. 3.83 products per hour, so it's roughly 4. So next up we gotta buy a driver here. We could probably assign Lewis to slot 1 here. I don't know which one slot 1 is, but we gotta get a vehicle. So let's drive. Actually, we're just gonna walk over to the. I think we might as well buy the big truck again. So we'll go up to here and grab this subway station here. Grab a subway. Take it up to the truck place here. Run in here. We'll go to the back here. I think we're going to buy the big truck again. Freight truck T1. We're going to grab purple again. $98,000. Purchase that. It's our second truck. And we just got to drive it over to the warehouse. Gotta find our warehouse. Here it is. Right over here. So we'll just go all the way down, come back around. We in the wrong warehouse? Yeah, I'm at the wrong one. Nice, says assign a slot 2 so we can go to Bizman, grab our delivery driver, and assign him. He's probably not skilled enough to drive it. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait till he's skilled. So we'll probably send him for some training here. Okay, so we're back at the factory. I spent about a week and close to $5 million. So needless to say, my savings account is now empty. But I built this. So we have basically one line for each clothing item. We have 4 different clothing lines we're producing right now. And basically they have one input station supplying these 4 lines that get divided out between these groups of stations. And if this isn't enough, I have room over here. I could add a second input station. But I'm trying to keep the amount of employees down, so I just have one employee doing it right now. If he can't keep up, we will add a second over here. But it basically comes online here, goes to these 2 laser cutters and into these 3 sewing machines. These sewing machines produce pretty slowly, and they each go to an output station. But I'm just realizing each output station requires a employee. So what we could do is, these are only producing one every 15 minutes, so we could actually get rid of these 2 and just belt this down here into this 3rd output station, just have one employee. So I would cut down the amount of employees drastically. So I'm going to take care of that in a second. But yeah, so it looks pretty good. We should be producing about 100 of each clothing item per day. So it's basically modern female expensive, modern male expensive, and classic female expensive, classic male expensive. So 100 of each of those a day. So that should supply my one clothing store right now. But we can actually add, a second and third shift to the factory, and that would make up to 300 per day with this setup. Let's just move these around real quick. I don't know what happens to the... Okay, we're gonna have to wait till the factory's closed to move these guys, but so what I'm gonna do is just move these out of the way here. And we'll just package them up and use them for the next factory. Now let's grab these conveyor belts down here. And when it comes off the output station, we'll just move it down the line. Okay, here's our revised layout with 1 output station per group of clothing. That really cut a lot down. We were able to compact this a little bit because these things take up a little bit extra room. They're a little bit different on each side because this pallet sticks out and you can't snug it up against this, so a little different, but that's okay. And I was able to remove all this stuff from the factory by doing that, so that's pretty nice. So it's a nice little layout. I think it should last us a little bit of time, so good stuff there. And then we can check the rival screen real quick and see where Jessica's at. So we are at 1.5 million, she's at 1.2, so we are past her, but she's not losing any money. I mean, I guess she's going down slowly, kind of looks like it, but yeah, so we'll she still has 5 bookstores, so we're gonna have to start picking through some of the stuff and deciding what we can do to push her out of town. So that's gonna be the next episode. So that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.